You are an attorney, a civil rights activist for decades. If you could just give us the highlights of some of your accomplishments.
I'm a graduate of Harvard College and Harvard Law School. Did my master's work and PhD work at the Harvard Divinity School and was the founder of the Harvard Civil Rights Law Review. I was co-counsel for the Native American Rights Committee during the Wounded Knee occupation. I was also counsel for the New York Times in the Pentagon Papers case, and I was chief counsel in the case that initiated the investigation of the Iran-Contra off-the-shelf enterprise. I also did the Karen Silkwood case that stopped the construction of all private nuclear power plants in the country since 1979.
I know that from experience, from being on the ground with you at Standing Rock, there was a great deal of service that you contributed to that movement, and you still are.
Yes, that's right.
Because
it's not over yet.
It's not over. Let's talk about that.
And now a major development in the long-running standoff over the Dakota Access
celebrating
Pipeline.
an unexpected victory.
The Standing Rock Sioux Tribe has won a major legal victory in federal court, which may have the power to force the shutdown of the $3.8 billion Dakota Access Pipeline.
A federal judge in Washington, D.C. ruled that the completion of that pipeline had been illegal because they had not, in fact, covered a whole lot of the issues on the environment that needed to be protected. Also, the company had lied and prepared a completely false report suggesting that there was going to be no disparate impact on a racial minority group because they completely excluded the entire Great Sioux Nation of people from their test. So that what that's done is it's verified the position that was being taken by the water protectors, that this is illegal.
So they were right the whole time.
They've been right the whole time.
5 years ago, this was the focus of TigerSwan's business, working as a government contractor in places like Iraq and helping train military and law enforcement personnel. But a growing threat to corporate America created a new opportunity, and former Delta Force Lieutenant Colonel James Reese, the company's CEO and co-founder, took advantage of it.
We've moved almost 50% of our business away from federal government work towards the corporate world.
This company, TigerSwan, came in and began lying to all the state police and to the National Guard in North Dakota, the Sheriff's Department, telling them that these were jihadist terrorists that were involved in attempting to come in and try to blow up the pipeline. So what they did is they justified this huge military operation.
They've been pepper spraying, they've maced, they've tasered, they've thrown percussion bombs and smoke grenades at us.
There were police officers filming this, laughing as human beings were being attacked.
And now the internal documents are starting to come out showing what this plan was on the part of TigerSwan. Turns out that they're trying to frame this entire thing as a demonstration now of how you deal with people who publicly protest the oil corporations, when all it is peaceful protesters.
Dakota Access Pipeline.
Protesting the fact that Donald Trump had intervened and ordered them to allow the pipeline to be built. Turns out that Donald Trump was a partner in Energy Transfer Partners. Also Rick Perry, whom he appointed to be the Secretary of Energy.
Governor Perry has deep ties to the fossil fuel industry, including serving on the corporate boards of both companies behind the Dakota Access Pipeline. Both companies are owned by Texas billionaire Kelsey Warren.
Once he takes over January 20th, what are the prospects?
Oh, it's 100%.
100% that
the easement gets granted and the pipeline gets built.
The president-elect has holdings in Warren's company, and Warren donated $103,000 to Trump's campaign.
This is a capture of an entire administration by the petroleum industry. So that's what we've stumbled onto here, is we've discovered that this was a huge mobilization to try to give themselves more business. The fact of the matter is this particular pipeline isn't going to provide one single drop of oil to anybody in the United States. This is all being produced to be sold on the international market simply to increase the profits of the stock owners.
Let me ask you this, Denny. You've seen a lot of major cases regarding civil rights, and you've won a lot of them. And I know that from being out on the streets and on the front lines talking with the people, there's a sense of powerlessness against the system, that the people never win and will never win. What do you have to say to that general mentality?
Oh, I believe we can win.
Gave the finest comeback anyone could ever remember.
I was at the famous Harvard-Yale football game back in 1968. Harvard was down 24 points at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
I was thinking that as you were talking, like this is our fourth quarter comeback
that's right.
here.
No, this is what it is. We're going to be mounting a major counterattack to show that the property belonged to the Lakota people, that the charges are false, and that our people were targeted by a criminal conspiracy. We're asking everybody to contact the Lakota People's Law Office and to sign the letter asking to dismiss all the charges against all the water protectors, all 800 of them. Instead, sue Tiger Swamp and the Energy Transfer Partner and the Dakota Access Partners, who in fact hired these guys.
So 2 actions, lakotalaw.org, sign the petition.
That's right. This is a call to save our country, to save our planet, where we're going to have an opportunity to set the record straight as to what really happened out there at the Dakota Access Pipeline.